If you genuinely want to boost watch time across all your videos, then you absolutely need to stick around for this entire breakdown. Watch time is the single most important metric on nearly every single platform, and it holds even more weight on TikTok and Instagram Reels. One of the simplest yet most effective strategies for keeping viewers engaged until the end is by simply adding captions to your content. So today, I'm going to walk you through multiple methods for captioning your videos, pointing out the specific pros and cons of each approach. I'll also show you a much smarter workflow for creators who are constantly pumping out long-form material and need to turn it into non-stop, highly engaging short clips. But before we dive into the tools, let's have a quick reality check so you fully buy into the power of captions if you haven't already. Back in 2019, Verizon Media and Publicis conducted a significant study on how people consume video content with and without sound. The most crucial takeaway you need to know is that 69% of people watch videos with the sound completely off when they are in public spaces. Even more surprisingly, 25% of viewers keep the sound off even when they are sitting alone, perhaps at home or in the office. And here is the real kicker, the number that changes everything. 80% of consumers stated they would watch a video all the way to completion if captions were readily available. 80%! That is a massive majority, meaning captions are simply not optional anymore. They are a vital conversion tool. Anecdotally, I often check creators' story polls, and almost every single time, the majority, often over 80%, are watching with their sound disabled. So yes, to summarize this point, captions are an absolute must-have for both short-form vertical content and stories. All right, now that we are all completely on the same page about the critical importance of captions, let's dive into the actual tools and workflows. It's important to know that there isn't one single perfect solution that works for absolutely everybody in every situation. I'm going to cover a few great options, starting with quick mobile apps, then moving to desktop tools, platform native options, and finally, a smarter workflow. This advanced workflow is designed to save you a ton of time if you create long videos but need constant output of short-form snackable clips. First up, let's talk about CapCut, which is definitely the TikTok-friendly option that many people are already using. If you scroll through TikTok frequently, you have undoubtedly seen CapCut mentioned or used everywhere because of its popularity. The major pros here are that it's completely free on both iOS and Android and features a really solid in-app editor experience. It also comes loaded with those extremely popular caption presets that already feel perfectly native to the TikTok platform's aesthetic. The cons include that CapCut has an end screen or watermark setting that you must remember to disable for a much cleaner final product. And while it is excellent for quick, single edits, it unfortunately doesn't offer any built-in scheduling or comprehensive content management features. If your main goal is achieving that perfect TikTok-style caption look with an easy mobile editor, CapCut is an absolute no-brainer for your first step. However, it stops short of being a full, end-to-end publishing workflow that manages your whole distribution pipeline. Next up is Descript, which I consider a transcript-first desktop power move for creators who need maximum control. Descript is a dedicated desktop application, so naturally, it's restricted to Mac or PC users only, not mobile devices. Its biggest selling point is the incredibly powerful auto-transcription feature that generates captions for you instantly. Crucially, it lets you edit the transcript just like a regular Word document, where cutting text automatically edits the corresponding video cuts. That feature is absolutely huge for achieving incredible accuracy and massive speed improvements in your editing process. A significant con is that you will definitely need to pay for a subscription if you want to remove that initial application watermark. If you are only producing tiny social media clips, Descript might feel like significant overkill for your current needs. But if you are involved in podcasting, longer edits, or need the tightest transcript-based editing control possible, Descript is worth the investment. It is genuinely fantastic for ensuring top-tier caption quality because you can easily proofread and tweak the exact wording before finalizing. Moving on to InShot, which remains the trusty old-school mobile editor for those who value simplicity and stability. It is incredibly reliable, highly intuitive for mobile users, and generally gets the job done right there on your phone. However, the trade-off you usually face is that you have to manually type out all of your captions from scratch within the app. For very short reels or quick one-off clips, this manual typing isn't the end of the world, but it becomes tedious very fast for long-form repurposing. The immediate upside is the cost, as InShot remains free to use and keeps its application footprint very lightweight on your device. But the significant downside is the sheer scale. Manually creating captions for dozens of clips every single week is simply not an ideal use of your time. Next, we have the platform-native captions available directly within both TikTok and Instagram Reels interfaces. You simply hit the caption button inside the app, and the platform will automatically generate the subtitles for your video almost immediately. The primary pros are that this method is completely free, extremely fast, and is naturally designed for that platform's specific rendering style. The major drawback is that you are entirely locked into that specific application's ecosystem and style choices. If you need consistent captions across multiple different platforms, native captions force you to repeat the entire captioning process for every single app. You also have to deal with any small transcription errors that the platform's AI might have made during its initial quick pass. Still, for a one-off post directly to Instagram Reels or TikTok, the native caption option is undeniably the fastest possible route. Our fourth professional option is Adobe Premiere Pro, which becomes very powerful when you are editing professionally or using an editor. With Premiere, you gain the massive ability to build custom branded caption templates and batch process many files at once. The immediate downsides involve both the cost of the software and the inherent complexity of learning Premiere's advanced features. It is often significant overkill for smaller creators who are just starting out or posting intermittently. But for agencies and larger brands that demand consistently high-quality, on-brand assets, Premiere Pro is absolutely the established way to go. So we have now seen the usual suspects, and each one clearly has its own specific strengths alongside notable gaps in its capabilities. Mobile apps are quick for visual design, but completely lack true scaling power for high-volume work. Descript nails perfect transcription, but remains strictly desktop-only and requires that paid tier to ditch the watermark. Premiere is incredibly robust and powerful, but it is expensive to maintain and frankly quite heavy for smaller operations. And native platform captions are lightning fast, but ultimately siloed, forcing you to repeat work across different places. This is precisely where adopting a slightly different approach can genuinely save you hours every single week in your content production. Enter a smarter workflow specifically designed for creators who regularly produce long-form video content for social repurposing. Instead of manually chopping your long videos and then captioning every single clip individually, use an AI-first repurposing tool. This next-level tool will automatically find the best, most engaging bits, output short clips ready for captioning, and even help manage the posting. For me and many creators I consult with, this shift is truly the magic that happens when you integrate a smart tool into your existing stack. The essential question is, why should you add this type of tool to your content toolkit right now? Because it directly addresses the single biggest bottleneck in short-form creation: finding and then producing those initial short clips. Think about it. If you record hour-long interviews, live streams, or full podcast episodes, the hardest part is spotting the exact moments that will actually perform well as short content. The AI digs deep into those lengthy source videos, intelligently picks out the likely viral moments, chops them into snackable pieces, and delivers ready-to-post files. This means drastically less time spent on manual scrubbing through footage and significantly fewer hours wasted in the editing chair. And the true productivity win extends beyond just the clip selection phase of the process. This new tool often includes built-in scheduling features and a content calendar to keep your posting consistent. Once the clips are generated, you can set a reliable posting frequency, and the system will auto-schedule them for you without intervention. No more juggling dozens of exported files, and certainly no more spreadsheet chaos trying to track your output. When compared to simple editors like CapCut or InShot, this solution acts more like a production assistant that churns out multiple clips from one source file. And positioned against the heavy-duty Premiere Pro, this AI method is far cheaper and dramatically faster, specifically for batch repurposing efforts. Let's touch on captions within this more advanced workflow, as they become much easier to handle now. Because Vizard-produced clips are already concise and tightly focused, they are inherently easier for any captioning tool to process accurately. You can export these clips into Descript for the cleanest possible transcript, or use native platform captioning for a fast final polish. The main point is that the AI handles the incredibly heavy lifting of content discovery and batch output, making captioning just a final, quick step. Captioning shifts from being the entire job to being a simple value-add layer on top of automated clips. So, who should be using which specific combination of these powerful tools in their daily routine? If you are a solo creator wanting fast, trendy TikTok-style captions right on your phone, then CapCut plus native platform captions is the fastest and cheapest pairing. If transcript accuracy is your absolute top priority and you prefer that document-style editing experience, Descript should be your dedicated go-to tool. If you are operating strictly on a minimal budget and only need to create occasional posts, then InShot or the native caption features will certainly suffice for you. For any agency or large brand that requires custom templates and absolute control over every single visual element, Premiere Pro logically makes the most sense. And finally, if you are producing a lot of long-form content and want to avoid burnout by outputting dozens of short clips weekly, you must add an AI repurposing tool to your stack. This system will intelligently pick the best clips, help you schedule them effectively, and maintain everything organized inside a central content calendar. So, what is my final recommendation for you moving forward? It ultimately depends heavily on your content volume and your specific business goals. If you are only creating sporadic one-off videos, just stick with CapCut and the native platform captions for maximum simplicity. But if you have hours of deep, long-form material and you demand a consistent output of daily or weekly short content, this is your path. Use an AI repurposing tool to select the clips, then pair it with a light captioning step like Descript for transcripts or native captions for a quick final polish. This combination will save you days of tedious editing time and massively increase your chances of achieving much better overall watch time. You will essentially turn those long episodes into dozens of perfectly captioned short clips that keep people watching longer across every platform. Before you go anywhere else, I've put together a dedicated vertical video checklist covering everything you need right now. This guide covers best practices, essential gear, the best caption tips, all the apps we discussed, and a simple workflow you can copy directly. It is intentionally short, not overwhelming, and should take you only about 10 minutes to read through completely. The link to download this valuable resource is located right down there in the video description area below. Now, I genuinely want to hear your current setup. Which caption app are you actually using for your content right now? Or are you finally ready to try an AI repurposing workflow, perhaps like the one we discussed, to save massive time and finally scale your short-form output? Drop your answer and your thoughts into the comments section below so we can start a conversation. Just a quick recap of the practical options we covered. We looked at CapCut, Descript, InShot, native platform captions, and Premiere Pro. And of course, for any creator who truly needs scale and automated scheduling, integrating that AI repurposing tool is the missing piece. Please, always remember to caption your content, watch your watch time metrics increase, and make your valuable videos much easier for everyone to consume. I will catch all of you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and peace out for now.